Pit Bike Stock 140 in association with Lex Moto Group A. So let's take you through the grid on that one. Matthew Bolsover, followed by Ryan Tyres, Will Lathrope in 3rd, Ben Lord 4th place, Jake Gowing 5th, Ben Bailey 6th, and then Thomas Haring and Chris Fabian, Jordan Smith in 7th, 8th and 9th. And then very close it was between Jordan Smith, Alan Carter and James Osborne. Only 7/100ths of a second separating those three. In 12th is Marty Harrington, 13th Michael Ford, 14th Aaron Parker, 15th Mick Lord, and then 16th, 17th and 18th we've got Ryan Clark, Chris Weston and Simon Gates. There's 24 riders in this race and they're making their way onto the grid now. They're just forming up at the back of the grid and they're good to go. So the marshal with the green flag puts it down now, and good start from the leader Matthew Bolsover. Got a bit of air there, but he's into the lead still. All the drivers getting away cleanly by the looks of things, and Matthew Bolsover already trying to build a bit of a gap to the bikes behind him. So they're coming round to the timing line now, so we'll get you the running order. So it's in the lead Matthew Bolsover, followed by Will Lathrope and Ben Lord up into 3rd. Unfortunately our timing seems to have stopped working, so we've only got the top 3 there, but it seems to be Matthew Bolsover in the lead.
In second place we've got Ben Lord in second place, followed by Will Lathrop. That to me looks like Jake Gowing in 4th, we're followed by Ryan Tyres.
Ryan Tyres, who started 2nd, falling back a bit.
Actually, correction, that's Jake Gowan just coming through Ryan now into 4th place.
And round they go, coming up to turn 6 for right-hander. And it's a long right-hander, so coming up into the 2nd lap. And there's Matthew Bolsover in the lead, Ben Lord 2nd, Will Lathrope 3rd, Jake Gowing and Ryan Tyres. 6th place is Chris Fabian, 7th Thomas J. Harrington, 8th Ben Bailey, 9th Jordan Smith, 10 James Osborne. So Matthew Bolsover with a 2-second gap over the cars behind him. So Ben Lord and Will Lathrope, bit of a battle going on there with those two, as well as Jake Gowing and Ryan Tyres. 4 of them all very close together, as you can see.
Yeah, if you look at these 4 bikes, well, you've got Ben and Will, they're on exactly the same bike, which is an IMR bike, and then you've got the 2 super bikes again, exactly the same bike, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. 2 different styles, the 110 frame, the 2 red bikes at the back, and you've got the 50 star frame. James, have a quick look down the inside as well. The 50 side frame out front, Ben as well.
This is the battle that you're watching for second. Matthew Bolsover leads, followed by Ben Lord, Will Lathrope in 3rd. So you can see 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. So 2nd is Ben Lord, Will Lathrope, Jake Gowing and Ryan Tyres. Separated by about a second, the 4 of them, as they go around turn 5.
I see the 2 styles of bikes here. You've got the Zero 50 style frame for Ben. Oh, Ben has a bit of a twitch going onto the final corner. And you got the 110 size frame, the red bikes at the back of that group, where Will just looks down the inside into the final corner of Ben.
Matthew Bolsover leading by over 3.5 seconds now from Ben Lord in 2nd, Will Lathrope 3rd. There they are on screen. And a move down the inside, and it looks like Will Lathrope up into 2nd. Brilliant move down the inside and image of chicane over Ben Lord. So 2nd place now, Will Lathrope. And then behind him in 3rd,
Jake Gowan has just gone through Ben, yeah.
Jake Gowing gets through as well.
Ben just seems to be dropping back a little bit.
So across the timing line, and it's, as you said, Will Lathrope 2nd, Jake Gowing 3rd. They've both got past Ben Lord in that lap, and then Ryan Tyres in 5th place. Ben Bailey 6th. 7th place is Chris Fabian. Behind him, Thomas J. Harrington. 9th place is Jordan Smith, and Alan Carter rounding out the top 10.
Just off camera, you can see Matt Bolsover. He's just checked out at the front now. He's just going to be riding a nice slow race. He's already lapping a good, well, just under a second faster than the guys in second and third.
He's got a lead of around 4.6. We'll see as these guys come across the line. 4.5. Jake Gowing now up into second. He's got past Will Lathrope. And then Ben Lord third. Ryan Tyres fifth. And Ben Bailey dropping back very rapidly. It looks as though he may be out of this race. So running order, Matthew Bolsover leads. Second place is Jake Gowing. Third is Will Lathrope. Fourth place is Ben Lord. And fifth, Ryan Tyres. Sixth, Chris Fabian. Seventh place is Thomas J. Harrington. Eighth place for Jordan Smith. Alan Carter in ninth. And Michael Ford in 10. And Matti Kilpalainen is in 22nd. Ben Bailey, it looks out of this race.
Yeah, Matty out-finished right. He's down in 22nd at the moment. But he's, I think he's enjoying his day with the BMB.
He had a very good race last time he was in. There we go, around the final corner of the track. And before, still separated by just a few tenths of a second. There's a second between Jay Gowing in second and Ryan Tyres in fifth place, with Will Lathrope in third and Ben Lord in fourth. So Will Lathrope looking to get past Jake Gowing. Bit of a gap between them though. And you can see they take different lines. Will Lathrope, Jake Gowing much wider.
Yeah, it's a good track to try different lines on. I mean, coming out as they're coming around the bottom corner now, you'll see him absolutely pinned in fourth, going up the straight. But as they come into the chicane at the bottom of the start or finish straight, as they go through it, you'll see someone run the curb on the exit. It's kind of blocked off by those tyres, but there's a curb just on the exit of that corner, and you can almost run that as like a motocross berm, and it's really, really good. So there are some different lines on this track that you can try.
And it looks like Jack Carter has retired from this race as well. He's dropped a few places. And a couple of moves in the top 10. Alan Carter's got past Jordan Smith for 8th, and Aaron Parker's moved ahead of Michael Ford. It's Matthew Bolsover over the line, and he leads by 4.7 seconds from Jake Gowing, with Will Lathrope, Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres all close behind. The four of them on screen now. There's about a lap and a half to go. The four of them still separated by just a few tenths. And James Osborne's also falling down. It looks as though he's going to retire as well. He's into 22nd place.
Dropping down. Ben's got through. Is Ryan going to get through? No. And the last lap board's out.
So it's the last lap, and Matthew Bolsover leads now from Jake Gowing, Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres. Will Lathrope drops 2 places behind Ben and Ryan. Those for top 5, and then Chris Fabian in 6th, Thomas J. Harrington in 7th, Alan Carter, Jordan Smith, and in 10th place, Aaron Parker.
And Jake seems to have gapped Ben a little bit. So the battles, oh yeah, Ryan's got through Will as well. So this is the battle for second. I think Jake's going to be clear at the front for second place.
And across the line comes Matthew Bolsover. He wins. And does a little wheelie to celebrate. And very close behind, and behind him it comes Jake Gowing, Ben Lord in 3rd, Ryan Tyres 4th, Will Lathrope in 5th. A big gap to the drivers behind there.
That was a cracking race, wasn't it?
Very good race. So Chris Fabian takes 6th. And Alan Carter's dropped a few there. Thomas J. Harrington in 7th, Jordan Smith in 8th, Aaron Parker 9th, and Michael Ford takes 10th. Getting ready to go. The green flag up. And away we go, and Matty Bolsover just about keeping in front. He's in the lead.
It looked like Jake Gowing had a bit of a difficult start. Pulled the wheel up at the front, at the off the start line, and he's been sat up through the chicane.
Oh, and the rider's come off there.
That's Alan Carter down, and Matt Bolsover as well. He's on the left-hand side of the track, so we didn't see what happened. It was just off the camera.
So Matt Bolsover, the pole position man's house, by the looks of things. So coming across the line in first place now is Ryan Tyres with Jake Gowing, Ben Lord and Ben Bailey 4th, Will Lathrope 5th place, Chris Fabian 6th, Thomas J Harrington 7th, James Osborne is 8th, Jordan Smith in 9th and Michael Ford in 10th place. But bad news for Matthew Bolsover.
Yeah, that looks like the end to his day today. And there's Jake Gowan, he's catching up on Ryan Tyres now. Ryan's quick through this midsection, but I think, Jake's not getting in the way. And you've got Ben Lord and Ben Bailey. Ben Bailey's looking down at his bike. I don't know if he's got a problem.
Ryan Tyres leading ahead of Jake Gowing by 6 tenths, and then a second back to Ben Lord in 3rd. Ben Bailey is in 4th place and Will Lathrope in 5th. Chris Fabian 6th. Thomas J Harrington is in 7th. But the battle for the lead, Ryan Tyres ahead of Jake Gowing. Bike number 55 ahead of 34. Round turn 5.
And just off the camera, I can see that Will Lathrop's had to pull off the track. I think he may have a problem. Yeah, he's had to stop now. Yellow flags are out just after the first chicane. I'll start and finish straight. Going past there, I can see Alan Carson, number 99, who had the crash on the first lap. He's back up and running. And he's catching up now to the back markers.
So Will Lathrope, who was in 5th place, seemingly out of this.
And that was Ben Bailey down the inside of Ben Lord on the last corner.
So rounds turn 3 and 4, our leaders go. Ryan Tyres and Jake Gowing. And around turn 5 now.
And there's Ben and a good look down the inside, coming across the crest of the hill. He's going to try and get the gas as quickly as he can to carry as much corner speed down the straight in the slipstream. He's going to have a look down the inside. I don't think he's close enough in this lap.
Ben Bailey, who made his way past Ben Lord there. The bike in front, number 28, in 3rd place, having got past him on that lap. Jordan Smith's lost a couple of places to Michael Ford and Aaron Parker in the battle for 8th, 9th and 10th place. But still very close out in front between Ryan Tyres and Jake Gowing. As they make their way around turn 6, the long right-hander, and then 7, and out onto the back straight, turn 8.
And I can feel now the temperature's really dropped now. The wind's picked up and the temperature's dropped, so that'll be taking heat right off the track.
And what kind of challenge does that pose for the riders?
Obviously, most of them are running tyre warmers in these conditions now before they go on track, but the temperature's been taken off, especially with the wind.
And still Ryan Tyres out in the lead ahead of Jake Gowing. This is the battle we're watching for 3rd of Ben Bailey and Ben Lord. Ben Bailey, bike number 28, out in front. As they come up towards the back straight, one of the 2 main overtaking zones at Lydd. The long straight into the final corner of the double right-hander. And the time between the 2 riders, 2.5 tenths. Although it is still close out in front between Ryan Tyres and Jake Gowing.
Jake just seems to be so much quicker on those first couple of sections. And these guys are on exactly the same bike.
So they make their way onto the back straight, and less than 2 tenths is still the gap between the. So there's some good racing going on all through the field of the Pit Bike Stock 140 Group A. So it's Ryan Tyres leading from Jake Gowing, and in 3rd place Ben Bailey ahead of Ben Lord. Chris Fabian is in 5th place. Bit of a gap back to him, and then 6th place Thomas J Harrington And group of riders very close between Thomas J. Harrington in 6th, James Osborne, Michael Ford, Aaron Parker and Jordan Smith, all within around about 2 seconds of each other.
And the last lap board's out. Jake's had a look down the inside of the infield now. He's got one more lap to get past Ryan.
He doesn't manage it at the last corner of the racetrack, turn 9. But he'll be trying to have a go, not in this chicane, but in the corner that follows turn 5. He's wide line in.
It's the last overtaking point really he's got. I don't think he's going to get past him unless he makes a particularly brave move into the last right-hander before the straight. He's trying to carry as much speed around that right-hand over the crest. I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
And here they come up to the line now. And across they go, and not quite. Very unfortunate for Jay Going, but Ryan Tyres takes the win. And the two share a smile. With Jay Going second, Ben Bailey crosses the line third, and then a bit of a gap. So Ben Lord in 4th, Chris Fabian 5th, James Osborne finished in 6th place. Number 994, Thomas J. Harrington in 7th, Aaron Parker 8th, Jordan Smith in 10th, and Jordan Smith in 9th, and Jack Carter in 10th place.